Hello everyone, I'm Jay Coker, Chairman of the Board of Producers Rice Mill. We're coming to you like we have in the past with a crop report. This one would be something we refer to as our midsummer report. We're at the mid part of July, so by this time there's been a lot of acreage reports, a lot of USDA data has been compiled and released. It looks like for the southern U.S. rice crop that we're going to have a little increase in the acreage over last year. For example, the rice field I'm standing in, this was planted on March 28th. It emerged about 10 days later. As you can see, we're starting the heading process, pollination and flowering, grain development. We're about 30 days from harvest maturity in this field. Representative of this, of acreages around the state that was planted the first 3 to 4 weeks of April, we're probably about 7 to 10 days ahead. The weather that we experienced seemed to accelerate the progression of the crop, so we look forward to a little earlier harvest than we've had probably within the last 5 to 10 years possibly. We find ourselves now in the middle part of July. We've been fortunate that the rice crop has probably dodged some of the ill effects of some of the really extreme weather that we've had. We've had hailstorms and extreme weather at different parts of the state that have damaged corn and soybeans. Fortunately, rice is not as susceptible to that type damage during that part of the growing season. But as we enter into heading and further crop development, weather becomes a serious concern of all of us for the next 30 to 45 days. We recently missed any of the negative impacts of the Hurricane Beryl. Those type weather systems can bring in moisture, heavy rainfall, high winds, things that can have a negative impact on pollination. It could lodge the crop, it could bring in excessive moisture, increased disease pressure, introduce insects that would not normally be here at this time of year. So we're going to have a keen eye on the weather going forward. We hope that we continue to have more of the weather that's in a normal range. If you're involved in the rice industry, if you've followed any of the news the last few years, you know that milling yields are vitally important, and the impact of weather on milling yields and field yields is critical. A few more details on our weather and its impact on pollination, which impacts our quality and impacts our field yield. So if you follow the rice industry recently in the past few years, you know that we've referenced many times the effect of high nighttime temperatures and high daytime temperatures. So over the next 30 to 45 days, our high nighttime temperature we would like to see not exceed around 76, 77 degrees Fahrenheit. We want the crop to cool off at night. We want lower nighttime temperatures. So that's critically important to grain field, pollination. You see that's what's occurring right now in this field. You see the plant parts that are doing that. So it's critical time period. We'd like to stay away from extreme conditions, high winds, rainfall, anything that can happen during the day that would disrupt or disturb this part of the crop development. As rice farmers, we're very aware of our environment, we're very aware of our conservation efforts, and we try to maximize anything we can do that helps become more environmentally friendly. One way that we do this is through our irrigation practices. We all know that rice is grown in an aquatic or sometimes semi-aquatic growing conditions. So we do use irrigation water. We try to supplement rainfall with irrigation water that we capture, that we recover, we reuse, however we can be efficient. This process is called multiple inlet irrigation. We have a lot of university research and a lot of collaboration with other universities to develop this system. Instead of introducing water in one central location, we distribute water in small increments over maybe 20 different locations through the field by using the polypipe. Polypipe has been advanced tremendously over the last 10 to 20 years. It's easy to put out, it's easy to install. We pick it back up, we recycle it, and then it is reused in other applications throughout that industry. Stewardship and conservation efforts for the rice farmer don't always just include water, but water is one of the big ones. We're able to access a lot of technology. We got soil moisture sensors, we got water level detectors, we got weather stations, we got all this data that can be accessed and can be used to help a rice farmer make better informed decisions of the needs of his crop. We also have been the beneficiaries of breeding research, where the varieties are growing in a shorter time period. They're using less water. So technology is being adapted very quickly in agriculture, and irrigation is one of our biggest adapters of this technology. As we enter into the 2024 harvest, we want you to know that producers, employees, the staff, executives, everyone has been well aware of the increased acreage. They've been well aware that the crop is ahead of progress. They've been working diligently to get dryers ready, mills, all the equipment, everything that is needed to handle the crop, market the crop, sell the crop, everything involved. We want you to know producers has been hard at work getting that ready. We enter into harvest. We got the best employees. We got a great staff. We're confident that we're going to be able to do this. We want to ask everyone to be safe, all the farm families, all the employees. Be cautious of the dangers of harvest, and take your time and have a productive harvest. And we'll see you just shortly when we have combines rolling.